got quiet.
Eventful last couple of weeks for you, Caity.
Yeah, it's been, right?
All right, before we get started, I'm going to warn you guys in advance. If you're a fan of Arrow and you're not caught up on the current season,
You should be now.
you're going to hear some spoilers. I don't want to hear this. I haven't watched the episode yet. Too bad. Too bad. Let's jump into that because I want to talk about your career, and we also have microphones available for other people to ask questions as well. But when you get the script and you see at the very end of episode 1 of season 3 that your character meets her demise, what goes through your head after winning over a legion of fans and having such fantastic chemistry with Stephen Amell, to the point where he is, considers you his equal, by the way, on the salmon ladder. In fact, he was here in February for Sci-Fi Expo. Run that clip real quick. Let's see what Stephen Amell had to say about our good guest Caity Lotz here for a second. He's pulling up. I had asked him before if he'd even seen a salmon ladder before he cast for Arrow. And then the question came for, well, is there any gags for it? Sure. Okay. Anytime you pop on that salmon ladder, you finish your drink. Really? So, yeah, because it's the end all be all moving for it. I mean, is there any like gag behind the scenes on the salmon ladder at this point?
No, but Caity Lotz did the salmon ladder in the previous episode.
Aww.
She did it herself, and it was amazing. And they wanted her to do it, and when they told her they wanted her to do it, she could barely do a chin. She's strong. Like, she could kick my ass, actually. she looked crazy. She had like calluses on her hands. She went for it. Good for her.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So, phenomenal character. So when you see that at the last page of the script, what's going through your head at that point?
Well, it wasn't something where they were just sent me the script and I had no idea what was happening. That'd be kind of mean.
There are shows, man. Walking Dead, you have no idea until you hit that page.
Well, then I guess I should consider myself lucky. Except for I had the burden of the secret for a long time, which was really difficult. I found out at the end of last season, I spoke with the producers, and of course it's sad. You're kind of like, oh, that sucks. But it was, and I was like, oh, at least I get like shot through the heart with arrows and fall off a roof. Like, that's pretty cool. But no, I mean, of course, you're sad that it's over because it's like, I don't know, you kind of become like a little family and you're together every single day, and so it's kind of sad because now, I don't see them every day anymore, but of course we still talk, and all good things must come to an end, and I'm excited about what will be next and keep going and doing other projects, and also really grateful for my time on Arrow. Before Arrow, I'd only done like some really great indie films, but not that many people got to see them. And with Arrow, I really had a chance to connect with you guys a lot, and that's been, super grateful for that.
Your background is, well, before acting, there was modeling. There was also a stint in a girl group called Socks, S-O-C-C-X. And as I was doing the research, I found a massive. It was a group that was basically for German audiences. Did I get that right?
Well, with the internet, some things just never die. Yeah, when I think I was 19, and we had people from Germany came over and they wanted to make a girl group, and a lot actually NSYNC started in Germany. I think the Beatles did as well. There's just, I don't know, something that they do when it started over there. It's a little bit easier to kind of get into the market and then bring people over to America. We didn't stay together long enough. We did well over there, and it was fun. But singing wasn't really like my thing. Like if you told me to like sing right now, I'd probably like hide under the table.
Hey, Kaity.
Not happening.
But the choreography piece of that absolutely had to help when you were doing heavy action stuff with pieces like Arrow.
Yeah, well, I started dancing when I was 7. I lived, breathed, that's all I did was dance. I loved it. I started working professionally as a dancer when I was 17. And then I used to go to this gym where we would go to break, because I break dance. And we'd go to the gym so we could like flip around and there's mats and stuff. And I met these martial artists, and then I started training in martial arts, which both dance and martial arts obviously has been immensely helpful for my career. So a lot of my characters are strong, tough women, and it's cool to actually be able to do a lot of your own stuff.
So do you have the, I know a lot of the people who are working on the Berlanti shows are basically getting their stuntmen or Stuntmen's Guild memberships even before they even have to hit the set. Was that a requirement for you as well when you were getting in there?
To be I didn't even know that was a thing.
No?
As actors, no, we don't have to.
Okay.
Though I've done other shows and things. I was on a show called Death Valley that some people have maybe seen. In all my films, I've never had a stunt double before. Arrow. And Arrow was the first time that I had a double. Who's awesome. Her name's Jacqueline Mitchell. She's great. But there's just not enough time for us to do our own stunts. And also, if we get hurt, like, we're screwed. If I break my arm, then it's like they have to rewrite everything. Now, Sarah has a broken arm in this episode and the next for the rest of the season.
We do have mics available on either side, and we'd love to have your questions because it's about you, it's about Kaity. But when a character meets their demise like this, but a show like Arrow, which bounces back and forth so much in time, and especially it's a trope of the show. Obviously, it's not the last time we're going to see you on the show. Have you already? All right. Without divulging anything, do you have any further plans back in Vancouver?
Yes.
All right. We'll start over here and we'll bounce back and forth. First question right over here.
What up? I'm Antonio. How are you?
What up, Antonio?
I'm a fan of Arrow, and this question goes around the question that you answered. Well, that answer. How did it feel to play a character, like did you know the character Black Canary before you played her? And how did it feel to get killed off?
Good questions. I wasn't really aware of Black Canary before I got the part, but then after, I didn't even know what I was auditioning for actually when I got the part. It wasn't until after I got it that they told me who I was going to be playing, Sarah Lance, and then also, the Canary. And after that I got a bunch of comic books and so I could read up on it and it was fun. And now I'm like getting into the comic book world. I've been reading comics. And how did I feel about dying? At first I think I was just sad, and it's a change. And I feel like anything in our life, when something changes, it's scary because you don't know what's going to happen next. But one thing that I've learned in my career is every time like a door closes, another one opens. And I've never been so pushy on like, I have to do this or I have to be that. Because I've noticed that the universe or whatever, God, whatever you want to call it, always has bigger and more exciting ideas than I could even dream up. So I'm kind of just been staying in that place of, not being afraid and like just being excited knowing that whatever comes next.
Hello. So Sarah is a pretty complex character and you portrayed her very well. How did you manage to put it all together? The strong yet vulnerable and somewhat broken. How much work did you have to do to encompass all of that in your portrayal?
I often get characters that are strong but then vulnerable, and I think that I just try to be strong, and then the vulnerable is just there. I think I can't help but, whenever you're just allowing yourself to feel, and then you just try to cover it up. And with Sarah, it was interesting too because there's Sarah Lance before she's Canary and Sarah Lance after, which are almost two completely different characters. So it's fun to be able to do the two, but it did take some work to try to figure out how to differentiate them, but still make them one cohesive person.
In Hollywood, and especially in television, and fans of folks like Joss Whedon know that it's almost a rarity to have writers or writer staff that can write women to where they're not completely vulnerable or subservient. Talk a little bit about when you were reading the script, when you're seeing the writer's room actually not only pay attention to female characters, but get it right, get it, really does a good mix of strong and vulnerable.
Well, we have a lot of female writers on the writing staff. Yeah, as it should be. Which is kind of weird, because it's like, that's a thing that it's, it should be a given. It shouldn't be like oh yay, finally it happened. It should be a given everywhere. Yeah, we should. Women, women can do everything. And I guess I really appreciated that they, make sure that they wanted to capture that. And you don't want to block your pretty face with that mic
No,
stand.
you're man. He was the one that took it that way. He doesn't want to see me, trust me.
And yeah, and I think, I actually just watched, have you guys seen Emma Watson's speech that she did at the UN? That was amazing. But I love that, I'm a feminist, so I'm definitely happy and fortunate to play these strong characters.
Right back over here.
Hi, my name is Lori. Earlier in line you mentioned you had to have help getting into your corset. So I was just wondering, if you had to go save someone right now, how long would it take you to get ready?
TV time, yeah, that's why you will never see a scene of, me or Steven or anybody putting their costume on or taking it off, because that's part of the superhero magic, that you'll never know how we do it so quickly, but it happens. But no, practically, how long would it take? I don't know. Like, it takes about 10 minutes to put at least 10 minutes to put the costume on, and then you got the wig, and then you got to pin the wig so the wig doesn't fall off, and then makeup. I don't know. It's a good amount of time. But superhero time, no time at all.
When you said that at first, I had a vision of Stephen Amell in the corset. It was just great. Lots about that in February. Right back over here.
Yes, hi. Thank you for making me feel the feels in Arrow. You mentioned that you took martial arts after your dancing, so exactly what martial arts style did you take and for how long did you take it for?
Okay, so I started, like I said, it was a gym that it was just friends were teaching me, so I was just learning from people and then teaching them. And we did this style called tricking, which is not really a martial arts per se. It's kind of like the big flashy kicks of Taekwondo. If you guys ever watch any of my YouTube videos, there's one of me tricking. It's like the big flashy flips and kicks. So I started doing that, and then I started training Muay Thai, which I actually still train now. Muay Thai is awesome, and it's great for girls too, and it's such a good workout. I dabbled a little in Wushu, in Taekwondo, and then also Krav Maga. But mostly I think Muay Thai, and I just actually started taking Kali, which is a Filipino martial art, and it's like the stick fighting, which Sarah actually does in a few episodes, all of this stuff. That's Kali with any kind of stick fighting.
Right back over here.
Yeah, my name is Isaac, and I just want to know, what was your favorite fight scene that you were involved in Arrow Season 2?
I really like the clock tower fight. I like that one too because I was dressed as Sarah, so it's like I didn't have all the gear on. It's kind of fun to just be me. And there was all these like booby trap things and people flying through the walls, and I got to like do the little cool throw, and it's like you should be mindful of. And yeah, that was fun.
All right. Back over here.
Hi, my name is Tristan. There's rumor for a Supergirl TV show. Would you be up for the role?
Aww. What do you think? Do you think I'd be good for it?
Yes.
Well, we'll see what happens. I think it'll be a cool show, so we'll see.
Nice political answer that will not make your agents mad. Right back over here.
Hi, my name is Bryson, and my question is, what was your favorite building that you fought?
My favorite building? Oh, villain. I mean, I really like Deathstroke. Yeah. And I think, you know, he's played by Manu Bennett, and Manu is a really good villain. He's crazy, so I think he makes the character great, and he's so unpredictable but so heartfelt. So I think Deathstroke is my favorite.
We had Manu at the May show, and he said the same thing about you. So he enjoyed fighting you more than Steve, so there you have it.
Oh, yeah, you better say that.
Flight over to Enza and beat him up if he doesn't. Right back over here.
Hi, my name is Michael. I was wondering, what was the hardest scene you had to do?
You know, there's some really hard scenes. In season 2, the stuff that I did with Paul Blackthorne, who plays my father, those were really emotional, and I think that they just felt really real. And like the moments where I had to leave, you know, and say goodbye, and like I just felt Paul when he was playing, you know, Detective Lance. Like Detective Lance, he was so genuinely like sad, and like he just wouldn't let go of me. And like I remember, even like as you know, I wanted to just stay with him, but which was good because it's exactly what the scene's about. But it really did like break my heart having to leave in that scene.
Along those lines, doing a lot of your own stunt work, was there one gag that you looked at it on page, said, yeah, fine, I can do this, no problem, don't need the double, and then regretted it in pain after it was finished?
I remember there was one that I was really happy that I got to do. It was the one in like the Queen Mansion, and I literally get to like parkour up the wall, like grab the curtain and bring it down. And that was really fun because they were like, oh, no, you can't do that. Like, she can't do that. And I was like, yeah, you watch me do it. I remember the doll maker fight when I was like, it was the very beginning, and I was like, no, I want to do this completely myself. Like, no double, I want to do it. And then we did it camera facing towards me first. And then I think Bam Bam, our stunt coordinator, was like, he was like, okay, do it again. And I think he pushed me to be like, you want to do your own stuff? He's like, again. And they kept rolling cameras. And then by the time they're like going to turn around, I was like, okay, I guess Atlin can do it now. I'm gonna play my trailer.
Which one do I go first? I'm back over here? All right, fine.
Hey, so I know like as an actor, I mean all actors are trying to like work for bigger and bigger jobs, you know, as they go along. But I was wondering still, like, was there any moment of hesitancy, like when they actually ask you, okay, do you like accept this job? Was there any moment of, okay, like where is this like, really gonna take my life? Like, am I actually ready for all the, you know, press, whatever, the publicity? Was there like any hesitation? And along with that, did you know how big this show was actually gonna be before you agreed?
I had no idea how big the show was going to be, and was there any hesitation? If you mean just about being more well known, no, I guess I didn't really think about that. I don't know, and I guess I still don't. I think it's not until you're like on the level of, I don't know, Angelina Jolie or something where you really can't go anywhere that it really changes your life. Because now it's actually really cool. I'll go places and a few people will be like, oh, are you Sarah Lance from Arrow? And it's really nice to be, you know, people should be like, I love the show, I'm a big fan, and it's fun. So I don't think that it doesn't bother me at all. But if I got to the point where I was like, uber famous, I don't know. We can ask that question again then.
Right back over here.
Hey, I know they gave a lot of hints, or actually just what I said about Sarah being in League Assassins and Raja Ghul. Is there any scenes that they're removed completely from season 2 with League Assassins? And do you know if any more is going to be introduced in season 3?
I didn't quite catch the last part of that. Are there any scenes they left out, is what you said?
Yeah, about the League Assassins.
Well, whatever they write on that page gets shot. So it's never like they write scenes and we end up cutting it later, which sometimes happens in films. But with Arrow, no, everything is right on the page. And did you ask another question? Is that it?
You know if there's any more reference to season 3 with Sarah and League of Assassins?
Yeah, well, I mean, a big question that I hope everyone's asking is, who killed Sarah Lance? With rage in their eyes, or tears because they're so sad. Secretly, I'm kind of happy that everyone was so sad and pissed when I died. But yes, there will be more League for sure, and I think we'll see some Nissa stuff because she's gonna want to know too.
Yeah, Beast's a big man, or you don't want that reaction, obviously.
Yeah, Sarah died.
Right back over here.
How do you do?
Good.
When Steven was here in February, I told him he was my first man crush because of his abs. I told him I wanted to look like him. I'm not there yet, but I've lost 40 pounds. So
wow, good job.
So I asked him the same question I asked you that same question I asked him. What do you like to eat?
Good question. What do I like to eat or what do I eat?
How about both?
I'm a pretty healthy person. I like to be healthy. I feel better when I'm healthy. I don't eat like beef or pork or anything. It's just kind of my personal preference. Honestly, you know what it is, you want to be healthy, don't eat processed crap. Eat things that are like real foods that you know what the ingredients are. I also like French fries and pizza. But everything in moderation, yeah.
Plus you're burning like 9,000 calories with every single workout routine you do through whatever martial arts discipline you're on that week too.
Yeah, no, I've been I'm taking dance classes again, and I take yoga every day. I've been very, very active lately, which lets me eat more pizza.
Talk about some of the other projects you're doing, because you've been extremely busy even in breaks in Arrow. You've got a movie that's on demand right now called The Machine that I just saw a little recently.
Oh, great.
Talk a little bit about some of the other projects that people can see.
Yeah, if I know you guys, a lot of people have Netflix, and The Machine is now on Netflix, which is an awesome sci-fi movie that I always, every time I'm at one of these, I'm like, watch it. Because more people need to see it, because it's really great, you won't be disappointed. There's another movie I did called The Pact, which is a scary movie, that's also on Netflix, and the sequel was just released a couple weeks ago. And then me, or Brandon Ralph and I, who he was Superman, and now he is the Atom, is that right?
Well, not yet.
Oh, but he will be.
We know he's going to be the Atom.
And so Brandon and I did a movie together, also with Dane Cook and Ben Feldman, called 400 Days, which is a really cool sci-fi. We play like astronaut hopefuls that go into a simulator for space, which is actually what they're doing now. They put people down there for 400 or 500 days to simulate taking the trip to Mars. And then something happens where we're like, is this really a simulation or not? It's a good one. I don't know when that comes out, but it'll be pretty
2015.
2015, thanks.
Great for IMDb on the mobile.
My question is, I don't know if anyone else knows, I mean this shit, but Black Canary in the comics is played by Dinah Lance, which is Laurel's middle name, Dinah Lance. So did you know that? And did you know ultimately she will become the Black Canary?
Yeah, I think, there was no Sarah Lance in the comics. So they take their own liberties with things. They kind of develop the story however they want, but still, paying homage to it. And I'm really excited about the Laurel's character's transformation, because you've seen just from last season 2, she had such an arc of growth and change, and they really went dark with her character too. And I think it was written like that. Some people I know were like not, they didn't like it, but I think that darkness is like what is going to make her a great canary, is that the transitions that she had. She had such a big arc in the second season. I'm really looking forward to what the third season will bring.
Okay, over here.
Hi, my name is Dominic, and I'm wondering, who is your favorite character in Arrow in general?
Hi, Dominic. That's a good question. I think, well, duh, it's Emily's, Felicity.
Rebecca, over here.
Yeah, they're a pleasure to have you. Given that Black Canary is such a strong, pivotal DC character and things like that, do you have like any particular like message or anything out for the young hopefuls out there, like females who want to be portrayed in superhero films or comics or anything like that, given the amount of responsibility that character role was?
I mean, I don't think I ever really try to come out with like, this is the message, you take it. I just try to do my thing and be, how I want to be, and hopefully if that empowers other women to do something, then great. I don't know if I feel like it's like a heavy responsibility. I think, it just is what it is, and if you try to represent it well, then it'll be taken well and hopefully help.
Rebecca, over here. There's somebody. I can't see anything over here. It's Clee lights. It's really weird. In the last few years, there's been a lot of pressure for both Marvel and DC to step it up on the film level with female characters and female superheroes. And we're starting to see that they just announced a solo Wonder Woman hit, the rest of that. Having such a great responsibility with your character on Arrow, do you think that might actually give you any kind of a fast track on maybe getting into another superhero role? Or is that something you're interested in, having done so well with Black Canary?
I don't know. I think maybe, I would imagine it would put me a little bit more on the radar for those kind of things, because I've kind of proven that I can do that. Whether or not that would be a smart choice for me to go and do another superhero thing, I don't know. For me, I never really look at so much, I just look at the part, because a lot of times I did a horror movie, so people are like, you can't do any more horror movies, like you're only allowed to do one, or you're the horror movie girl. And I'm like, whatever, if I really like the character, if I think it's something cool, then I'll do it. I'm not gonna, they're trying to put you in a box, and it's like, I don't need no stinking box.
The cast for Arrow, and we saw this in photos, either on Instagram or social media or whenever press photographers visit the set, just seemed like such an amazing group of people that actually enjoyed working with each other. Was there one person where if you didn't see their name on the call sheet, you were kind of a little disappointed because you didn't get to hang out with them and do work with them that day?
Yeah, I think Emily and I became pretty good friends, so we were always wanting to have more scenes together. And we got to have a few in the Foundry, but and there was not one episode where she was like on the back of the bike and stuff. That was fun. So I think, yeah, probably Emily.
No more questions.
Do you have a favorite gadget in the Foundry?
I didn't really get to use too many gadgets in the Foundry. I like my bow staff. It's like my thing. It breaks apart into two, and it's extendable. Those are actually like police batons, like extendable police batons that they've put together. So they're really heavy, do damage.
Stand up.
Hey.
When you see
I love it.
when you see people walking around with your version of Black Canary at conventions like this, what goes through your head when you see your doppelganger running around?
I feel like, heck yeah. It makes me really excited. I'm always happy. Yes, I think we met earlier today, right? Yeah. Nice to see you again.
It's nice to have an outfit where I don't feel I'm revealing too much. It's nice to have an outfit I feel like I can actually kick butt in.
Yeah, and you wore flat shoes, and I was like, heels. That's something I would never get. Superheroes do not wear heels. Like, no, it doesn't happen. Maybe like Nikita when she's like has to be dressed in a dress. But like if you have an actual superhero costume, Like really? Heels? I mean, I get it, makes your legs look better, but...
And not a bikini or a very, sexualized costume either. The characters, both male and female, are very realistic because if you're going to take a hit, whether it's a staff or a wayward piece of shrapnel or whatever, you've got at least some protection to it.
Yeah, she's got like her motorbike outfit kind of on.
Question over here.
Hi, I'm Adam. I was wondering if there was any fight in Arrow that didn't happen that you would have liked to see. Who would you like to see Sarah challenge or even just wail on?
Whose butt did you not get to kick over the course of this show?
You know what I think would be fun? I want to fight Nissa. I feel like that would have been a cool fight. Because I mean, we had the Huntress, when it was like the girl fight. But I feel like that was kind of like a girl fight. And I feel like with the Nissa would be like this like really passionate, like evil fight. That would be a cool one.
Another one over here.
Hi, I'm Rhonda. What was your favorite scene with Stephen Amell? Throughout the season, you've had lots of scenes with him, all had kissing scenes, but what was your absolute favorite?
Well, I'll tell you what were the most awkward were definitely those kissing scenes. We'd be like having a scene where we have to be, in bed together or something, and like Steven's sticking his finger up my nose, and like, I'm just like, stop it! And I would be so embarrassed, I don't know why. I was more embarrassed to have to kiss Steven than I was to kiss Katrina. But yeah, my favorite, I really loved any of the like heavier drama scenes that we got to do together. Steven's a really great actor, and when you're acting, it's all like off of the other person. And it was so nice because in the scenes when we really got to do some heavy lifting, some strong drama, I wouldn't know what was going to happen. Like we were just so going off of each other. You don't know what you're going to do next. You're not just planning like, oh, this is my performance. You're just taking it off of them. And it was like playing tennis with Serena Williams, but male.
One more over here.
Yeah, it's kind of a rhetorical question. How is it that the CW network that's kind of small can put out one outstanding superhero series after another? First there's Smallville, then Arrow, then Flash. But when Marvel, ABC, and Disney team up, they can't do any better than a piece of crap like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, we have some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans or something here? Yeah. This is an Arrow fan.
But that is an interesting point though, because where Marvel seems to be able to hit it out of the park with their film line, and DC is still trying to find their footing. DC's series for the WB properties, and Greg and his whole team are just doing an amazing job with it. They're killing Marvel in the TV realm.
Well, I think, you can't say that DC doesn't do movies well. I mean, we have Batman. Like it's
didn't say it did well, say
Batman.
Yeah.
But
all right, Chris Nolan is involved.
And I think, let's see, Marvel is about to release, they're doing 3 new superhero shows, with Netflix, actually. And I feel like we'll see after those if they can like kind of knock at the door of Arrow or if they're just stuck at the gate outside. But yeah, because they got like Jessica Jones, they're doing one, and
Jones, Daredevil, and
Daredevil.
There's 2 more after that actually. So a lot of great roles coming out.
Yeah, tons. I mean, it's all about superheroes right now.